Americans are suffering financially, unable to afford groceries, gasoline, electricity. And then Eric Trump decides to go on TV to just remind everyone of how little his family has to do with the experiences of regular Americans. Take a look.
There's no reason at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon I shouldn't be able to send out a swift wire transfer. Right now you can't. I try and make a transfer every single week, and you're trying to push before the 5 o'clock deadline to either receive money or to get it out. How is that modern day finance? You can send $500 million worth of Bitcoin on a Sunday night at 11 p.m. while having a glass of wine with your wife for virtually zero fees. How is the system this lethargic? Why does it take you 120 days to get go through know your customer with your bank if you want to get a home mortgage? It doesn't make any sense. Cryptocurrency is going to fix every single one of these issues, and Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin is going to be one of the greatest stores of value we've ever seen, ever.
That's not good. As my producer says, hashtag relatable. Yeah, we're all struggling, You may not be able to afford rent or whatever. Your health insurance price is about to skyrocket. He's trying to send $500 million while having a glass of wine with his wife, and then he's looking at the fees and he's just like, it's not even worth it to transfer most of my net worth at one point. So this is just, what are you doing, man? This is Fox. You're supposed to be pretending to be populist. You're supposed to be pretending to be the everyman, and this is your problem? That, oh God, I'm just killed by the fees every time I send hundreds of millions of dollars. This is so utterly disconnected. And I know that most of the people watching this, we don't have any standards for the Trump, so it maybe even seems weird to focus on this. But just imagine if this had happened a year and a half ago and inflation is going up. People are like, why isn't Joe Biden doing more about the economy? And then Hunter goes on MSNBC to talk about sometimes I'm just walking around with a briefcase full of gold or whatever, and then it gets really heavy, it's inconvenient. Why can't there be a better way? You're supposed to be better messengers than this, or at least if you can't be a better messenger, you don't actually need to be on the news, Eric Trump. It's not actually your strong suit. Bert, what do you think?
The other day when I was done using my disposable gold-plated bed sheets, I decided that I needed to buy new ones, and I couldn't because Bed Bath & Beyond was closed. And by Beyond, I mean beyond Bed Bath & Beyond. This is like Bed Bath & Bouillon. We would go, and you know how when you have a tiger and an actual menagerie and you want to buy another one, but they don't exist, so you have to go commission someone to DNA splice and clone, these normal everyday problems that we have. Yeah, it's tough that I can't do them at night. That's his
What
thing.
is going on in his life?
Do you know?
11 o'clock at night.
This is mo money, mo problems. Dude, you don't have, that's not a problem. Though his problem, Paul Krugman said something that was fascinating. I hadn't really thought about it. You just kind of think it, but no one really articulates it. Is no one's using Bitcoin to buy stuff. They are buying it like Labubus, thinking that it will itself be the value that appreciates, so that they can just sell that for dollars and buy stuff with dollars. The only people, according to him, that are actually buying stuff with cryptocurrency are criminals doing crime stuff because it's harder to trace the crime stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And this dude only has this much money to transfer or not transfer for two reasons. One, he was born so rich with the last name Trump. And two, he was able to get more cryptocurrency by completely fleecing people that look to him to support the economic prosperity of the struggling everyman.
Yeah. That's the only way that value actually, the only place that it comes from is it's a massive transfer of people who are afraid that they're gonna miss out or whatever. So they get in there, and then the people who already had it structurally, they had the coin before anyone could buy it. It's artificially propped up. Also, it is one thing to have the problem that he described and to talk about it openly, not getting how that makes you look compared to the regular person. I just want to be very clear. He doesn't even have that problem. Their family has a few $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
A few $1 billion. They're not routinely transferring $500 million. He's cosplaying elitism that he doesn't even have.
Well, he's doing it so he can get richer. Like what he's doing.
He wants to encourage people to use their platform. That's what the interview is about. It's not actually talking about their problem. It's trying to get people to abandon other investments and to instead go to their corrupt Bitcoin thing. Or
when I turn on cable, that stuff I only expect to see during infomercials, by the way.
Yeah.
That is an infomercial. That is that's like we got that B-roll look of that video where the people are like, I can't wear headsets because headsets are always this way on my head. And no one really has trouble wearing headsets.
That's what.
But they invented that problem so that you could buy the sideways headset that like has a thing here so it doesn't like twist. That's what he's doing. But he's leveraging Fox News to do an infomercial for his crap.
And they both want to do it and also have to do it. It would be like if Hunter Biden went on there and was like, you can't trust traditional investments, so buy more of my paintings. That's exactly what it is.
It is.
So we got to move on to the last story.
It's prosperity preachers. I definitely can't get rich through Bitcoin and all this stuff, but and my life isn't getting any better. But my avatar for this is the Trump family, and I will help them get rich, and I'm on their side. That's my favorite sports team, essentially, and so I feel like a winner when they win the championship and get paid.